In the shadow of Copper Country lies one of the UP's best-kept secrets, Norway Speedway.
Right in front of him, Zier going to go after Johnson off at the racetrack.
Casey did it to himself.
Yeah.
After a 10-year hiatus, the stars and cars of the Appalachian Sucker Punch Midwest Tour, presented by Five Star Race Bodies, returned last year as a transplanted Michigander. Dalton Zier made his way to the front to claim victory. Touring stars looking to conquer this flat one-third mile include Justin Mondyke, fresh off of winning the Norway Weekly season opener, and Levon Vandergeest, who also made the trek north last week. Both drivers garnering valuable track time. Or will one of the locals have something to say and defend their home turf? A strong field of stars and cars are ready to battle in front of one of the most iconic grandstands in all of motorsports. It's time to head north of the border to the Appalachian Sucker Punch 100, presented by Weimer Bearing and Transmission.
Glad to have you with us here on Track TV. This is Norway, Michigan, qualifying for the Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Midwest Tour presented by Five Star Bodies. I am Dean Strom alongside Matt Body, and that is the defending race winner, Dalton Zier, out on track for qualifying.
The adopted Michigander.
Spent some time here, lived in Menominee.
He did.
Working
the
at
Gene Coleman operation, the 119s, where that number comes from with the Beal operation. After his 2 laps of qualifying, he currently sits at top of the board with a 14.303. He went with a 14.168 during practice, so a little bit slower than his practice time went. That's kind of interesting, Dean. We were expecting him to go a little bit quicker here during qualifying.
Yeah, he laid down a blistering lap in the second session. Here's Nick Egan, the Bonafide Security Solutions, Zeller Transportation number 13, rookie competitor, Ewald Automotive Group sponsoring as well, and Nick was on the struggle bus all afternoon in practice. First session, in between the first and second session, they made a big swing at things, trying to get that 13 machine righted. He'll go a 14.468, so a 468 for Nick on his second of 2 qualifying laps.
That'll bring us Plover, Wisconsin's Gabe Summers, 2-time series champion, Ameristem Crop Performance, MHSH Aero Precision Asphalt, Mayor 15 machine. Gabe was second quick in that
Goes to the top of the board.
Session.
Goes to the top of the board, does Gabe Summers.
Yeah, 14.263, so new time to beat. That backs up what he did in practice. He went 2.19 in practice.
Oh, I think Riley got off the back straightaway there, maybe just a tick.
That is something we'll be keeping track of all night long.
You're going to see that all night long. Yeah, the Hogan Farms Screaming Norwegian, House Contractors 77, Direct Networks. I think he did it again. Riley Stengham in the 77.
14.504 on lap number 1. He was a winner on Thursday night.
Big win. Good to see. Congratulated him on that.
Third quickest, 14.383 for Stengham.
He just needs to do a better job of smiling in the victory lane photo. No, he did a great job.
He should study Paulie Schaefer videos.
Yeah, there you go. This is the Brock Star, Brock Heinrich. On track right now, the United Structures, Zillage Asphalt, Revy Design PGA, Cladding Solutions 52, another driver who has had some success here at Norway Speedway, but found himself struggling just a tick in practice. And Brockstar goes a 14.423, a 4.23 on lap number 2.
Those are going to be his best laps of the afternoon, so they're moving in the right direction, Dean.
They are. Gabe Summers has got a 263. We'll get our scoring on the left side there, that stream, the Track TV scoring stream. We'll hopefully be able to get that in proper order for you. 7 car out, 3 number 7s, 1 of 3 number 7s. It's Mitch Haver in the Progress Manufacturing, RHR Products, Reed Racing Enterprises 7 machine. Mitch was here last year. We're going to see a couple of drivers that have never been to Norway, Michigan, Norway Speedway. Mitch was one of those. He competed in this event 1 year ago.
Well, this guy was here a year ago, and he was here a week ago also.
A week ago, yeah.
In this machine, the brand new machine that they got going, finally moving in the right direction with this car. This is Levon Vandergeest, driver out of Merrill, Wisconsin, 14.524 on his first trip around. The Village Asphalt, Central Sawdust of Wisconsin, Custom Meats, number 23.
Yeah, he was here last Friday along with Justin Mondyke, Cody Vanderloop as part of their opening Friday night program, just to get an opportunity to get some more track time. Vandergeest goes third, chasing Gabe Summers and his 263. Last driver to pull into the pit area this afternoon, this machine, the 5 of Penn Sauter. Penn Sauter in the T-Sport entry.
First lap for him is going to be a 14.503.
Another driver who was here 1 year ago.
Yeah, he did pretty good in practice as well. In that first practice session, the longest run that they went on, they went 14.519. He was 5th quickest in that session. And he's going to jump to the top of the board with a 14.174.
That a boy, young man. Give it a ride.
Second quickest lap that has been laid down today.
Our fast time 1 year ago, and it's going to establish the track record for the ASA Midwest Tour, was a 125, a 14.125 set by Dalton Zier. So he is right there, is Penn Sauter. Here is Bryce Miller, this Appalachian Sucker Punch, Smoky Hollow Campgrounds, Club Lamarck number 11. He was near the top of the board in the first session.
He was, yeah. A driver that's never been here, but I expect him to do fairly well because it's a track that he kind of grew up on, truck racing and Jefferson and Columbus 151 Speedway, tracks that are a lot like this. So we'll get a chance to see if Bryce can put a whole night together. This guy was here last week.
And he
found
set
Victory
fast
Lane.
time and scored the feature win.
We were just talking about him at Jefferson, looking for his first win of the 2026 season, and he came up here and got it during opening night. Driver to Gleason, Wisconsin, the Wagner Oil Company, Team CJR Realty EUA, Teddy G Auto Body, number 44, Justin Mondyke.
Mondyke was quickest in the first practice session earlier today. Puts down his 2 qualifying laps, and it looks like he'll be 6th quick at a 14.380, 14.380. Check that. We're going to update the scoring to a 234, so he'll be 2nd quick. The local contingent has a driver to cheer for. This is the 79, the driver from Vulcan, Michigan. Lindsay Collision, Era Chevrolet. Willow Gifts entry of Dan Lindsley. Dan Lindsley in the 79. This is the car that Casey Johnson guest drove here 1 year ago.
Johnson finished 2nd a year ago.
Yep.
Led some laps.
And Lindsley was in the first practice session today. He was in the top 5.
Yeah, he was 3rd quick in that first practice session. Lindsley will go 14.582, 11th quickest. This guy might be the hottest driver in the Midwest at the moment. This is the white number 7, the white and black number 7 of Paulie Schaefer out of Portage, Indiana, the Dynamic Metal Recycling, Track TV number 7.
You see his social media post today? He said, going up to God's country, going up to Norway Speedway, a track, he said, I can honestly say I've never lost there.
He's undefeated at Norway, Michigan.
He's never been here. Made the long haul from Portage, Indiana, did Paulie.
He'll go 11th quick with a 14.539.
We talk about him being one of the hottest drivers. Of course, he won last time out on the ASA Midwest Tour at Jefferson, and then last weekend won at Dells Raceway Park in a Live for 5 race. This, in the PMF Landscape Supply, Caro Land Surveying, Golden Recycling number 9. This is Brazen Bennett.
He'll go 6th quick on lap number 1. A guy who spent some weekly Fridays here for the last couple of years.
And had success here.
And has been good here. So lap number 2.
Whoa.
2nd quick for Brazen Bennett. Backs up what he did in practice number 2 with a 289. And he'll go with 14.227 to sit 2nd.
Wow, nice run, Brazen. This is the aforementioned Casey Johnson. Valley Gasket, Hogan Farms, Van Zeeland Collision and Paint, Toyota number 47. This is the car out of the Chase Motorsports stable. You see PMF Landscape Supply there on the back bumper, Fox Cities Towing. This is the car that he runs at Slinger Speedway on Sunday nights. Comes out of the Fox Valley. Fox Valley is a lot closer to Norway Speedway than Edgerton is.
A little shorter toe.
So he worked out a deal with Dennis Chase and the gang to bring that 47 up here, and Casey's going to put it provisionally into the 6th position.
14.325 for Casey Johnson, 6th quickest.
Wow, Penn Sauter, a 174. I'm going to search the old memory bank. I think that's his first career fast time here in the ASA Midwest Tour.
Well, it would be at Norway, but he set quick time at Oktoberfest last year.
That's right, he did. He
went for the
he
Ultimate
did.
Challenge last
and
year.
Drove the wheels off that thing from the back.
He's got a little shorter distance if we put him back there tonight. Of course, he's going to have 7 plus whatever he puts on the dice, so he's got an opportunity to still start pretty deep in this thing. We'll see what that is during opening ceremonies.
Thanks for keeping me honest there, partner.
Hey, no problem, buddy.
Penn Sauter, 6th, comes into this race 6th in the championship point standings for the ASA Midwest Tour. This is event number 4.
And this race kind of sets up the midsummer stretch, if you will. They're going to get a little bit of a break after this one, a little bit of a month break.
But then it gets hot and heavy.
Yeah, and then you're going to have to really be kind of on your game because there's some big ones. If you go down to Hawkeye Downs, you come out of that one, it kind of sets up what you're going to do the final 6 events if you're heading towards that championship chase or not. We go to Madison Friday night, July 24th for the Howie Little Classic. And then the big dog on Tuesday night, Wisconsin International Raceway, the Gander Dog Group 250.
Elko Speedway, new date. Historically, we have gone there later on in the year. This is the Thunderstruck 93 on Saturday, August 15th. Dells Raceway Park, that's the traditional Jim Sauter Classic, Saturday of Labor Day weekend. And then another new date, Grundy County Speedway. We've been to Grundy plenty of times with the ASA Midwest Tour, but never on September, late September.
We've usually been there for the Wayne Carter Classic. We're going to be there for the Bettenhausen 100 this year. A bit more of a local flavor event, so we're looking to see a bunch of their local guys challenge the Midwest Tour competitors when we go down there on Saturday, September 19th. And then we'll wrap up the season with the Oktoberfest 200 at La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway.
All 4 days.
All 4 days of Oktoberfest racing weekend. You'll want to catch it here at Track TV. But we invite you up there. Grab a camper, grab a tent, whatever you got to do. Get on up to Oktoberfest.
Here's our championship point standings coming into this event. So Casey Johnson, the 4-time champ. Casey leads. Paulie Schaefer Jr., Levon Vandergeest at your top 3. Austin Nason, after that win at the Joe Shear Classic, had a little bit of a rough go of it there at Jefferson. Austin not with us tonight. He'll give up his 4th place in the standings. Gabe Summers still right in the hunt, looking for the first win in 2026 for Gabe, but 5th in the championship point standings.
And just off of this marker here on the screen is by 1 point is Penn Sauter sitting there in 6th. So he's by way of who's on the grounds tonight, technically in 5th. And in a chance to mix up the point battle tonight. And like I said earlier, coming out of here to set up for Hawkeye Downs, it really shapes up the summer and if you're going to challenge for that title or not.
We talked about this being event number 4 on the 2026 calendar. 3 different winners, 3, now make it 4 different fast qualifiers here on the 2026 campaign. The parity is just astonishing.
And you watched last year's race, everybody, of course, would sit here and go, well, the 119 is probably the favorite. But if you came up here last week, now you'd be starting to scratch your head and go, well, I don't know, that 44 looked pretty good. That 23 was pretty good.
Yep.
You know, and then, hey, look. That kid, he's never been here. And last year was his first laps. So, and he didn't even finish the whole race last year, did he?
Penn?
He was involved in a wreck?
He was involved with a wreck. You know who he was involved with? His dad.
Oh, that's right.
Johnny.
Right.
Penn survived. Penn drove to a 9th place finish here 1 year ago. Yeah, his dad Johnny was in the race in Gene Coleman's 119, and they got together. And it wasn't, I don't think it was Penn. I think it was a quiet ride home.
Sit on the back seat on the way home. But, I mean, only a handful of laps here, and he's quick time tonight, and he showed up late.
Yep.
They only had 20 laps in that first practice session compared to some guys that were out there for 50-some.
So we have a great show on tap for you here tonight. Thank you so much for joining us here on Track TV. Our opening ceremonies are scheduled for a little bit closer to 7 o'clock at track right now. They're doing an autograph session for the drivers to meet with fans. Autograph session. Traditionally, the ASA Midwest Tour does such a good job of connecting the fans with the drivers. So that's at track what they're doing right now. this gives you an opportunity, if you're watching at home, to perhaps stick a frozen pizza in the oven, call DoorDash,
warmed up.
Call DoorDash, whatever you want to do, right?
I mean, a night like tonight, I think I'd be sitting
Get the
out
grill,
on the back patio,
get the grill warmed
get
up,
the fire going.
Yeah.
Well, most of the state's under a Baron ban, so maybe that's not a good idea.
So this is that is qualifying for the ASA Midwest Tour. Let's take a look at the highlights. We talked about the fact that the ASA Midwest Tour returned to Norway Speedway. It was 1 year ago. It was after a 10-year hiatus. Let's take a look back. This race, the Appalachian Sucker Punch 100, 1 year ago. Off of corner number 4, green flag, and we're racing at Norway. Didn't take long for guys to get up into the sand.
Not at all.
Oh, jeez.
You saw them slipping and sliding when they put the power down off of 4 that first time. Vandergeest going to lead lap number 1 after Monday was able to get the good jump. Monday trying to take the lead away down on the bottom side. Vandergeest again slips the front end over there in 3 and 4. Lets Monday in door to door. Monday is going to get credit with leading that lap. He may complete the pass here down the back straightaway.
Pensauter's another one. At times this season has just shown amazing speed, but he has had trouble finishing the races.
Yeah, to get all 100 laps complete here tonight would be big for them. Saw them at the ASA Stars National Tour race at Madison, part of that doubleheader. Led a little bit, ran second for a big chunk of that one. Levi Vandergeest is retaking the lead, and maybe for good reason, because the field is starting to put pressure on him.
Advantage here in just a couple of laps. Oh, we got Valento around. Turn 2.
And he's going to get some contact from Stankina. All kind of bottled up in 1 and 2, and yep, Von Dyke just kind of getting back to the gas on him right before the apex, and Stankina nowhere to go as he come off of 2.
44 got into the back of him, but then it looked like he let him go.
Well, he's kind of still on him there.
Yeah.
And in Joe's case, at that point in the corner, he really can't get back in it because then he's going to punt the 11. So
we are back to racing.
Good start for both of them. Casey kind of baited him into the gas pedal a little bit, but Levon was patient with it. Hanging on the left rear is Casey. A little bit of contact between the two of them. Casey might have dipped off the pavement back there. Again on the front shoot.
Dipped off the pavement on the front stretch.
He's using every inch of pavement to try to take the lead away from Levon Vandergeest. Johnson underneath him now with a good shot to take the lead, maybe giving it right back to Levon from the earlier transaction.
Levon might have run off the back straightaway a little bit there. Casey Johnson, your new race leader. Vandergeest sideways.
Good save by Levon. And right in front of him, Zier going to go after Johnson off in the racetrack.
Casey did it to himself.
Yep, ran himself out of room there.
New race leader, Dalton Zier.
Zier, somewhat of a homecoming for him as he gets to return to the Norway Speedway. The former track champion will do it in Midwest Tour competition in dominating fashion tonight. Dalton Zier, your winner of the Norway 100.
He's out of the car. We can hear you, Dalton Zier. Dalton Zier, victory lane. Man, congratulations on a job well done. It wasn't easy tonight, but you got that thing up there, and it just looked like it was handling like a dream.
It really was. I can't thank the Beal family, John and Linda, watching at home on TV here, and the entire Beal family, Gildan Racing, First Business Bank, FDG. I mean, my crew worked the tail off. It was a hot day, and I didn't give them any breaks. I put them to work. Even changing gears before the feature, even after our qualifying effort. We knew we could be better, and then we just raced a smart race and pulled the trigger when it was time, and took care of the tires, hoping that there was no yellow at the end.
So that was a look back 1 year ago when the ASA Midwest Tour returned to Norway Speedway after a 10-year hiatus. There is your fast qualifier, Penn Sauter. Look at that gentleman in the plaidish shirt that is keeping an eye on that 5 machine. You know who that is? That's Gene Coleman.
That's a pretty good eye to keep on that machine.
That's a pretty good eye to keep
Legendary
on
up here, up in the UP in Michigan.
Yep.
Menominee area. Of course, Coleman Racing Products. We touched on his just impact that he's had up here in this region.
And he has had such a connection over the years with the Sauter family. Mm-hmm. We talked about it last year that Johnny drove Gene's car in this event. Johnny's scheduled to drive a car for Gene again later this year up here at
Coming
Norway.
Up the State Line Challenge.
Yep. And, I mean, when you go back to Jim Sauter and just the whole generations and decades of a connection with Gene Coleman. So good to see Gene here and keeping an eye on Johnny.
Such an innovator. It's great to see him still involved and able to come trackside and see the next generation of Sauters put on their helmet and go to the top of the board this afternoon.
Yeah, he goes to the top of the board, does Penn. You saw in that replay of 1 year ago, Dalton Zier was the winner. He was a fast qualifier last year. This year, the Gildan Activewear First Business Bank 119 qualifies 5th quick. So Dalton and the crew pitted right next to Penn Sauter there. Dalton will have, we'll see where the invert's going to be, again, at our opening ceremonies. Penn will roll the die and determine what the starting lineup is going to be for the feature event. But Dalton, by virtue of his qualifying 5th and Penn 1st, Dalton's going to start ahead of him. All right, we have got our opening ceremonies coming up here in about 20 minutes or so. Until then, we are going to toss in a couple of commercials, pay some bills. Stick with us. You're watching the Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Midwest Tour presented by 5 Star Race Bodies from Norway, Michigan, and On Track TV.
For over 50 years, Bonafide Security Solutions has been protecting homes and businesses in the Milwaukee area and beyond. Our family-owned company specializes in locksmith services, access control solutions, alarm systems, burglar and fire-resistant safes, and high-quality doors and hardware. Bonafide Security Solutions, your trusted partner in security.
Racers are dedicated to winning. And Chevrolet Performance's 3 factory-sealed Circle Track crate engines can help you get to the checkered flag first. Whether you're a weekend warrior or a touring hero, on dirt or pavement, Chevrolet Performance Circle Track crate engines are engineered to win. Right out of the box.
Why not give your grill the deep clean it deserves? The CitraSafe Grill Cleaner Complete Bucket Kit has everything you need to get your grill spotless, inside and out. Powered by natural citrus, CitraSafe cuts through the toughest grease and grime safely and easily. No harsh chemicals, no hassle. Recipes taste better on a clean grill.
Fire Suppression Solutions, proud sponsor of the ASA Stars National Tour.
On race day, performance matters, and off the track, it matters even more. Jim Burke Excavating delivers power, precision, and reliability when it counts. Proud sponsor of number 80, Ryan Farrell Racing.
5 Star Bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looks so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
This corner isn't just a car lot, it's where stories begin. First jobs, first road trips, creating memories and starting new chapters. For the dreamers, the doers, the ones building something of their own, we've got you too. Because at Car Corner, it's not just about getting a car, it's about where that car will take you.
Nortec Equipment are committed to helping you empower your landscape projects with our line of soil processors for tractors, skid steers, and mini skids. Based out of Wausau, Wisconsin, Nortec Equipment products are proudly made in the USA. Our products deliver expertly engineered equipment at competitive prices that are tailored to meet the diverse needs of the turf, landscape, construction, and agricultural industry. Give us a call today at 715-393-4458. Nortec Equipment are proud sponsors of Fredericton Racing.
Better than a bootlegger. Way better than a bootlegger. Pretty good. Very blueberry. Highly recommend this to anybody out there. It's pretty good. 10 out of 10 right there.
I think it's delicious. I had the peach, I had the grape at Five Flags. Trying the pina colada right now. Feels like I'm on the beach somewhere.
We get to meet other drivers, team members, and people come up to you in the pits and say thank you and I'm glad you're here. And it's more positive than you've probably heard in a long time. We just want you to get out and understand that there are people who care. Our Safe 22 Motorsports program is made up of partnerships with many disciplines and experience to everyone. You might get to ranks, you might not. And what I can guarantee you're going to do is not sit inside your own self-pity, and you're going to have a good time.
Back here at Norway Speedway in Norway, Michigan, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Hey, we mentioned that this is the fourth race in the 2026 season for the Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Midwest Tour presented by 5-Star Race Bodies. Easy there, Casey. Ah, boy, get down off that truck gingerly. Our third race of the season was just a couple of weeks ago. It was at Jefferson Speedway, and we had a very, very happy winner. Let's take a look back. A couple of weeks ago, ASA Midwest Tour at Jefferson Speedway.
Billy Moan and Ryan Farrell set to do battle on the action track. 100 laps in the Racing Electronics Restart Zone. We are green.
Oh, Ryan Farrell got a nice jump. He'll get a good run off the top of turn number 2. It's going to bring... Oh, we look to go 3 wide. Jevin, look out.
Well, it didn't take us long to provide action as Moan slipped off the 2, and Goralski thought about taking him 3 wide back there right away. Is Goralski going to go 3 wide in this thing? 3 wide for the lead here.
Jevin Goralski. He won this race 1 year ago.
We got
caution.
Caution.
Through the Racing Electronics Restart Zone is the control car. We are back to green. Oh, Paulie got a good start.
Yeah, Farrell had his hands full coming off before, and again, Schaefer takes advantage of it, tries to wash him up.
But look at the run that the 80 gets off the top. Bryce Miller charges on the top, trying to follow Ryan Farrell and move up and battle for the second spot. Right behind Gabe Summers, it's Casey Johnson and Levon Vandergeest. Oh, they're bumping and banging. Look out.
Yeah, Miller and Goralski got together up there, got these guys all stacked up, and we got a caution. I'm going to guess there's somebody behind that got involved in it.
Getting ready to go back to green through the Racing Electronics Restart Zone. Paulie Schaefer, the control car on the outside, didn't get a good run.
A little bit of deception from that opening start of the race. Guys wanting to take the top side.
Paulie went right back down to the bottom right. Farrell leads again. Look at the run that Sean Shield has in the 8th.
Yeah, Shield going to put some pressure on him even for that second spot as he's trying to dispose of Goralski. Top two have gotten single file. Gabe watching this battle out the front window. He's got company with Johnson there.
There's your race leader. We haven't forgot about you, Paul Schaefer Jr. You're just running and hiding. 1.6 seconds in front of Sean Shield. There's the second running Shield. So Paulie had worked through some heavy race traffic, and the lead had got under a second. Now it's quickly back up to 1.7 as we go. Caution. Is that Austin?
Boy.
That 7 machine through the Racing Electronics restart zone is your leader and your control car. We go back to green.
But Sean Shield with that local knowledge got a great restart up there. Unable to make it stick in 1 and 2, and away goes Schaefer. Want to make that guy behind you get on the binders real hard.
Oh, look at the gaggle of cars behind them. Oh, Ken.
Casey and Gabe made contact off of 4 over there, opened things up, allowed Shield to squirt away.
That's a battle that's we're gonna see all season long, and the 23 and the 15 are scheduled to run the entire series. That could be a championship battle right there.
Yeah, just these cars right here on your picture, these 4 cars.
Oh, Gavins!
He gets around, tried to do a little bit wider arc down into 1 and made some contact with the 5 machine of Slaughter.
Paulie Schaefer Jr. in that dynamic metal recycling. Number 7 is your leader, the control car. Through the Racing Electronics restart zone, we are back to green.
Nice and even for your front pair. Once again, though, we get to 1 and 2, and Schaefer just gone off the bottom.
9 previous events here, the Midwest Tour, just 1 repeat winner. Paulie Schaefer is going to make it 2 repeat winners. Paulie Schaefer Jr. wins at Jefferson.
How about it for Paulie Schaefer? You seem excited, my friend. Congratulations. Welcome back to Midwest Tour Victory Lane.
Holy. 2018 was the last time I sat right here at a Midwest Tour race. So it's been a long time coming. Holy cow. Hi, Dad, if you're watching. I hooked him up on Track TV here. You know, he's old. He's always watching on Race Monitor. So I love him to death. Can't thank him enough. I got a sucker punch, so I get drunk here in the pit. Swamp water up there. Chris Purdy, Tony Strupp, and Mike and Kim, everybody that helps me, all the fans, everybody. I just can't thank everybody enough. And I just don't get to win enough. It's a hard deal. It's a hard deal through and through. And you work and you work and you work and you spend the money and you do it and you go through the motions and you want to make it happen. And here we are, making it happen.
That was our most recent winner on the Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Midwest Tour presented by 5 Star Race Bodies, Paulie Schaefer Jr. First time he had won in a couple of years. And I said we had a happy winner. He was happy. My goodness. Dancing on the car. Paul Schaefer Jr., don't change, buddy. We love you the way you are. Be happy and show some honest, genuine emotion. It is an autograph session right now at the track for the ASA Midwest Tour. The ASA Midwest Tour drivers are meeting and greeting with the fans. A little bit of an autograph session. We sent our Matt Vadi down there to catch up with a couple of those drivers. Matty, who you got, buddy?
Got some weekly experience here. Brazen Bennett, P2 in qualifying. Great effort.
Thank you. Yeah, not really sure where that one came from. This car's been a little bit of a struggle lately. Kind of struggling at Kaukauna with it, and just honestly wasn't planning on coming here as of Thursday, but glad we did. I just kind of wanted to learn the car a little bit, and it seems like it paid off.
This play is kind of unique. It's got a little bit of a lack of grip, as we learned last year, but it looks like they sprayed the top side today. What kind of race can we expect for 100 laps?
To be honest, I don't really know what to expect here with the spray on the outside. I haven't ran here a whole lot of times when they did that, but I know one time they did, and I think I passed everybody on the outside for the win. So hopefully it'll be a pretty good two-wide race.
All right, well, 1 for 1 on the spray. Maybe go 2 for 2. Qualified P2 this afternoon, Brazen Bennett. Good luck this evening.
Thank you.
And sitting right next to him, young man, he led a little bit last year and came up just a little bit short, but he came up last week and ran pretty good. Levon Vandergeest, he finally got the new car going. How's it going?
It's going good. The new car felt really great here last week. When we unloaded today, it was really good too. And then I feel like we kind of dialed it out. I don't know if it was a mix of the tires getting hot, the weather, sun was out, beating down on the track. But kind of went back to our baseline at the end of practice. So hopefully we can get it back to where it was because it felt like a good car. So if we can start, somewhere towards the front, we didn't qualify so good. So I think we could have a good shot at it.
Yeah, that invert will be big where you're going to start. I was going to ask you about the tires now because you've been on them for about a month. We've heard that there's not as much fall off. It's kind of repeat. As long as you don't beat them up, they don't get too greasy. What's kind of your take on them so far?
I agree. They feel really similar to last year. Just it does feel like they're a little more consistent than the 35-45s used to be. They don't fall off super hard. You can beat on them pretty good, and they'll still be there. But they do fall off about a half second. I've had a lot of problems with them getting tight, so I'm going to definitely make sure I loosen the car up before the race. See if that's the right thing to do.
All right, we'll look forward to seeing if he's got the right setup underneath that 23 machine. Look for Levon Vandergeest to lead a little bit more tonight, maybe get career win number 1 here at Norway.
Thank you, Matt Vadi. Matt meeting with the drivers who are up in the grandstands. Old fairgrounds style. This is on the Dickinson County Fairgrounds. Old covered fairground style throwback grandstands. So cool. And the drivers from the ASA Midwest Tour are up in those grandstands. If you are watching on this live look-in, we thank you. We are on a live look-in on our social media channels. We're going to give you a taste of what's happening here tonight at Norway Speedway. And if you're checking in on social media like Rachel Maves McKenzie did, thank you for doing that. She's cheering for Paulie. Wants to see him continue his hot streak. Tim Diggs Morton, Oak Hill, Florida. Thanks for checking in, Tim. Columbus, Ohio is cheering for our fast qualifier, Penn Sauter. Again, you can sand. Oh, we're going to the Brockstar next for an interview? The Brockstar never does disappoint. Chime in on our social media, on our live look-in. Alex Lopasinski, he's watching. Jody Purdy watching, cheering for Paulie Schaefer. But the Brockstar, the last time we saw him, he was next to me in the booth at the Slinger Super Speedway. First time we've seen him on track here on Track TV in 2026, and he's with our Matt Vadi.
Well, Brockstar, you did such a great job at Slinger in the booth and Oktoberfest, but I'm going to take that job back from you tonight. We love seeing you behind the wheel. We're glad you're here. What brought the 52 here this week? Because you were not on the entry list.
Yeah, we just wanted to go racing. We had a couple weeks off. We really wanted to run with ASA down in Jefferson, but we were missing a couple electrical components. We were able to put it back together. We're trying to run more with the Midwest Tour, but just putting things together, getting things sorted out. I got a new business, so it's been tough, but this is a fun track. We haven't been here in a while, and since the opportunity presented itself, we figured we'd make the trip.
All right, you haven't been here in a while, but you do have success here. It is somewhat like your home track. What can you apply to this place to take on these tour regulars and maybe get yourself a big finish tonight?
Well, we got to put the car a little bit, get the car a little bit better first. We've been struggling with tight all day, working some of the kinks out, but we're on the right track. We're just missing a few things here and there. We found a big problem, so I'm assuming we're going to have a little bit more speed in the heat. And we just got to survive for 100 laps. This is a tight track, a lot of braking. It's a driver's track. Just got to keep it all together, not tear our stuff up, and hopefully be there at the end.
All right, well, have fun tonight. We're glad you're here, and we'll look forward to seeing you maybe a little bit more on tour.
Oh, yeah, you'll be seeing more of us, that's for sure.
All right, that's Brock Heinrich, guys.
Brock Heinrich, thank you, Matt Vadi. And next to Brock, crew chief Cody. He's having fun up there, meeting with fans. Yeah, great to see Brock Heinrich. I know he had an absolute blast with me on the coverage up in the booth, providing the driver analyst coverage for the opener at Slinger Super Speedway. But behind the wheel is of that 52 machine is really where he belongs and where he would prefer to be. So great to see Brock Heinrich here in the field tonight. Again, sound off on our social media channels if you are watching this live look-in and if you're cheering for the Brock Star. The home track that Brock Heinrich and Matt Vadi were referencing is the now shuttered State Park Speedway. And Brock Heinrich picked up a win in ASA Midwest Tour competition a couple of years back right here on Track TV at his home track, State Park Speedway. A lot of similarities between this Norway Speedway and State Park Speedway, so perhaps we'll see the Brock Heinrich Brock Star 52 pick up career win number 2 on the ASA Midwest Tour. He does have a runner-up finish here in Tundra competition in 2023. Matt Vadi continues to catch up with some drivers. Who do you have, my friend?
So we've caught up with the driver who picked up the feature win last week in the season opener, looking for his first tour win of the season, Justin Mondyke. How's the 44?
I think it's really good. It was good to come up here last week and get some laps in. It's one of our favorite tracks. We're a former track champion here and love coming up north, and hopefully it'll be no different tonight, but looking forward to 100 laps.
You guys have a lot of experience here, track championships. What can we expect 2x2 with this fray that we didn't have last year?
Yeah, I think it'll be good. It's definitely a lot cooler this year than it was last year, so I think there'll be a lot more side-by-side racing. Hopefully, I know they sprayed the top, so hopefully they can hang. But last week, it kind of seemed like we could go wherever we wanted to, so like I said, just hopefully we can win one. It's been a while on the tour. We weren't able to get one done last year, and there's always a lot of races that we circle on the calendar, but this is definitely one of them. So looking forward to having a good hot rod today.
All right, best of luck, Justin Mondyke.
Justin Mondyke in the 44 machine qualifies third. Better than he did last year. He qualified 17th last year, had to come in through the last chance qualifying race, and just was mired deep in the field. And it's hard to win a 100-lap race here at Norway when you start 17th. So Justin knew that qualifying was going to be important today. He qualifies third. He will have a much better starting position. That feature win that he got that Matt was referencing was as part of their regular Friday night program here at Norway Speedway. A few drivers came up. Levon Vandergeest, one of them, Cody Vanderloop, Justin Mondyke, and Dalton Zier was in Gene Coleman's 119, all on the opener on Friday night. That's past Friday night, 8 days ago. Hey, Dave and Pam, they're watching from Chucky and Donnie's garage in Howard, Wisconsin. Welcome and thank you for watching. And Chris Lucas watching here in the grandstands where our Matt Vadi is. Vadi's in the grandstands too, along with the drivers.
All right, driver out of Plover, Wisconsin, two-time series champion. We were talking about it at the beginning of qualifying. We're now into the stretch of season where you start to eye up the season championship and how to get through this. This is one of the places last year you guys didn't have the best performance. What can you do to get out of here tonight with a better performance than you did a year ago?
Yeah, just track position's really tough here. It's so tight, narrow, and on the restarts, everybody tends to drive off the straightaways here. So, yeah, you never really know what's going to happen. So just got to try to get some early track position, get up front. It's super hard to pass here just because how small the corners are and everything. So need some luck to go our way for sure.
Did you practice in that second groove? I know they sprayed, which they didn't do a year ago.
No, I didn't get up there, but it's pretty dark, so it's probably going to hold some good rubber. So outside's probably going to be pretty decent tonight.
All right. Gabe Summers looking to get a little better than he did last year and come out of here with a chance to go to Hawkeye and put himself in contention for another ASA Midwest Tour Championship.
Gabe Summers finished 5th here 1 year ago. Qualified tonight in the 4th position, so the two-time series champion. Gabe Summers looking to score his first win of the 2026 campaign here on the Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Midwest Tour, presented by 5-Star Race Car Bodies. Closing in on our opening ceremonies, which is scheduled for 6:50. Our opening ceremony is scheduled for 6:50. Again, if you're watching on our live look-in, we thank you. Be sure to chime in on our social media channels. Beautiful night up here in Norway, Michigan, in the UP, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Hope it's beautiful wherever you are watching from. Send us some pics. Let us know. Sam Nail is watching from the pits. Go Casey Johnson. You can take a couple steps closer and watch it, in person. Although we appreciate you watching on Track TV. Again, if you're watching on our live look-in, we're going to shut it off here shortly, and we will ask you to log on to tracktv.com. That's tracktv.com, where you can see all of the action tonight, including the preliminary events, or I should say the support divisions, as well as the preliminary events for the ASA Midwest Tour. We're going to have odd and even heats, and then a 100 green flag lap feature event, the Appalachian Sucker Punch 100, presented by Weimer Bearing and Transmission. Right here, Norway Speedway, the 1/3 mile in Norway, Michigan, the Upper Peninsula on the Dickinson County Fairgrounds. Again, if you're watching on Track TV, we do thank you and appreciate that. If you're watching on our live look-in on the social media channels, we're going to ask you to go to tracktv.com in just a little bit, and you can watch the rest of the evening that way. Okay, I said we were going to ask you to go over to tracktv.com here shortly. Well, that time is now. We're going to cut off the live look-in on the social channels. We would love to have you stick around, but we do need you to go over to tracktv.com. That's tracktv.com. Get yourself settled in, situated, logged in, and watch every lap of action here at Norway Speedway. So we're going to close off our live look-in. That'll give you a couple of minutes to go over to tracktv.com, sign in, log on, get yourself situated. Opening ceremonies comes your way in about 5 minutes. Let's head downstairs with our fast qualifier Penn Sauter and our opening ceremonies.
To your heart. Norway Speedway sounds like it might be a special racetrack for the rest of your life. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, it was the first time I ever raced my dad, period. So obviously it was cool to race him and get that aspect of him instead of a crew chief. So I'm utilizing him pretty big tonight. He's ran a lot more laps here than I have. So to get fast time is pretty cool, second one on the year. So hopefully I have a good car and race trim and we can finish it off.
Awesome. Now is your dad here today with you? All right, very cool. So you don't have to have him on speed dial. He's not somewhere else in the country racing. Again, in the number 5 car, Penn Sauter. Penn, where are you from?
I'm from DeForest, Wisconsin.
DeForest, Wisconsin. So we have a lot of people from Wisconsin. Now, is that closer to Illinois or is that closer to the UP?
That's more Madison area, about 20 minutes from Madison.
So are you a Packer fan?
Not really.
If you had to pick a football team, now you have to be very careful when you answer this. What's your favorite football team?
I'm a Drake May fan, so Patriots.
Oh. All right, anybody else still a Penn Sauter fan out here? All right, got a few. Now, Penn, we got a dice here behind you. So for those of you that are, local, Penn, can you explain to me this dice roll a little bit in both the ASA?
Yeah, I think it's 7 plus the roll. So I guess hopefully roll a 1 and have to start 8th because it's 100 laps, not a long time here. So if we can start towards the front, I feel like we'll be in a better spot.
So we got 100 laps, and again, we talked about rolling the dice so that whatever the number is, plus 7 is the invert, correct? So we're going to be inverting the field, whatever that dice roll is, right? So go ahead, Penn Sauter, go ahead and roll that dice. Now, again, we're live on Track TV. Oh, bouncing around. And a number 1. An invert of a number 1. Now, again, we'll get some other fast qualifiers, but on behalf of Norway Speedway and all your race fans out here, Penn, good luck to you tonight. You have anything else for your fans out here?
I love coming to Norway, so thank you, guys.
Awesome. Again, congratulations, Penn. We'll see you out for the 100. Yeah. Just follow the track. And I'll have to update the transponder, and the 14 car here tonight is Joe Osterman. And in your super stock fast qualifier, in the number 6, out of the Hermansville Mafia, Dean Belmore. And in the number 5 car, in the 4-cylinder front-wheel drive, is Cody Gunville. All right, race fans, your local time is 6:54. Again, that's Central Time, not that goofy fast time. Now, it is the 250th year of this great country. That is the United States of America. Now, in those 250 years, we had ordinary people do extraordinary things. In the start of our country, our founding fathers, which did you know that some of them were only 18 years old? Our founding fathers that were ordinary people did extraordinary things. Throughout the time, we've had people step up and provide for our country. Now, one September day, our first responders acted on that, as they do every day. Folks, if you're a first responder in our grandstands, in our pits, and our safety crew, please rise, because you are an ordinary person doing an extraordinary thing, and you guys deserve our recognition. Again, ladies and gentlemen, look around. Those are your local first responders. Now, every man is required to sign up. However, there is still ordinary people doing extraordinary things. And ladies, that went for you. throughout the country's armed conflicts, at home and away. You guys have taken the courage and sacrifice to sign up to provide us with our freedoms so we can come here to Norway Speedway. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're a part of the armed forces, past, present, or even future, can you guys please rise? You guys deserve our utmost respect as well, because you are ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Now, can we please all rise together in solidarity? And veterans, I encourage you to render the proper salute of the singing and the celebration of your country's national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome out to historic Norway Speedway, the fastest track in the north.
There is our opening ceremonies and our fast qualifier for the ASA Midwest Tour. Penn Sauter rolling off after taking the American flag for a trip around this 1/3 mile. Norway Speedway. Welcome to the UP. Welcome to the Appalachian Sucker Punch 100 presented by Weimer Bearing and Transmission. My name is Dean Strom alongside Matt Vadi. Matty, good to see you up here in the UP. We have got a full race program ahead of us.
This is beautiful up here. I love coming this direction. This is our second year in a row we've been able to come this way. The fans are in that old classic grandstand. That's old wooden covered grandstand. I love that thing. And they are here ready for action with the ASA Midwest Tour. They're going to see some Superstock action first. We've got Superstock, Sportsman, and 4-cylinder on the card as well. We've got some heat racing for them. And then we will go ASA Midwest Tour even and odd heat races. And then we'll go around and flip it for feature time. Superstock, Sportsman, 4-cylinders, and we'll do out-of-car driver intros for the ASA Midwest Tour before we get ready to go for that ASA Midwest Tour Appalachian Sucker Punch 100.
Yeah, we send them home with the 100 lapper.
That's going to be a great way to end it.
You know, so this race last year was the first time, and I feel ashamed to say this, and I'm going to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. This was the first time I was ever here.
Me too.
Was it really?
100%.
Oh, my gosh. I love this place. I quickly have fallen in love with it. It is, and I say this with all due respect because I love this place, it's old school. It's like we've gone back in time.
A little bit.
The covered grandstands that you mentioned, wooden covered grandstands on a fairgrounds. I love fairgrounds type racing. Every county, back in the day, every county had a county fairgrounds racetrack. Very few of them have survived. This is one of them that has. It is just so cool. The people are so friendly. They're so welcoming. I brought the camper, brought the RV. There's a campgrounds right next to the racetrack. It's got electrical hookups. It's got water hookups. And it's $20.
Couldn't beat it.
You can't
and the lady
beat
at the gate, when I got here, she was as nice as could be. Looked in her sheet that was handwritten by Dean.
By me.
Checked me in. Yep, there you are. Away I went. It was as easy as could be. I love it. I'm golfing tomorrow morning right across the street.
Yes.
So make a whole weekend out of it when we come up here. It's amazing. The people are awesome. They're in the stands ready to go. they don't get a chance to see the ASA Midwest Tour very much. It was 10 years before they got up here last season, and now we're back here again for the second year in a row, so that's great to see. And they're just excited. You know, a couple of their regulars are in the show. They got Lindsley in the program, Montbriand, a couple of track champions between them, taking on their regulars. They've seen Dalton Zier up here.
Dalton Zier was
They've seen Brazen Bennett up here.
Dalton Zier lived here for a while, and Dalton Zier was a winner in 2025. We've had 9 previous ASA Midwest Tour events here at Norway Speedway, and on your screen is the winners. You see that 10-year gap between 2025 and 2015. But what caught my attention when I was doing my prep here and doing some research, Jamie Iverson won the first 4 times the ASA Midwest Tour was here. I guess that's not really a surprise because he has had the whole family, Iverson family, had so much success here.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, to win 4 times in a row, and then Nathan Hosley wins 3 times in a row, back to back to back. Dalton Zier wins last year. When we look at this graphic, Matt, does that tell you that once you get a handle on this racetrack, you can have a lot of success here?
Yeah, it seems like it. I mean, I imagine in 2015, Ty Majeski was just kind of starting to really break the super late model world wide open.
Right,
so I bet if we were here at 16, 17, 18, you might see his name up there 3 or 4 times in a row as well. But yeah, Jamie Iverson, Bob Iverson, the long-time tenure up here in UP, great success. And then Nathan Hosley just, when he was on, he seemed to pick things off year after year when he was hot with the WCS and the ARCA Midwest Tour. He just seems really good.
And to carry that thought even further, we're not going to put the fast qualifiers up there, but when we look historically, Chris Weinkoff had 4 years in a row where he was a fast qualifier. So it just really kind of seems like once you figure this place out, once you get a handle on it, you can pretty much not necessarily win, but you got a good shot.
Now, one monkey wrench, and we asked the guys about this. You heard me talk about that with the guys when we were doing that autograph session. They sprayed the second line tonight. They did not do that a year ago, and we still saw pretty good side-by-side racing a year ago.
Yeah, they did that. They sprayed that second groove today, and there you can see it. You can see on your screen the difference in color. And they did that earlier this afternoon, and then the sun beat down on it for a little while. We'll see how that plays into the card here tonight.
Yeah, a couple guys said that they went up there and practiced, but it's so hard to tell when you're by yourself. So you really need that car next to you to see if it's going to pay off or not. But again, they didn't do it last year. We saw pretty good side-by-side racing last year. And whenever it's been laid down, whether it be at Madison or Grundy, where we've seen it, Elko, that second lane it's come into play. So I expect it to come into play again here tonight.
You see the banking there. It's not much. So that second groove, it does get a little tricky. You can't see it there, but there's also rumble strips right in the middle of the front straightaway and right in the middle of the back straightaway. You have to straddle them, don't you?
But one good thing about this place is there is no walls on the exterior. So you can't get into immediate trouble. You can get yourself off the racing surface quite a bit and still catch the guardrail, some of those tires back there. But it does allow you to have a little bit of runoff room and not get into too much trouble. So, and we saw last year some guys dip the tires off back there.
4-time champion Casey Johnson dipped the tires off a couple times.
He asked me not to mention that. But you did, so I'm not in trouble.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I put my foot in my mouth with Casey all the time. All the time. Yes. So we are looking forward to some great action. On track right now, it's the Super Stocks. It's their Fast Dash. We're going to throw it over to Track PA as the night gets underway here at Norway Speedway with the Super Stocks and their Fast Dash.
Transition back to the inside. Tim Pollard trying to make his way back to the inside, still staying out ahead of 00 Ryan Wender. Now that's going to leave Ryan to try to make his way to the outside. Dean Belmore is still right behind him. Bodie Johnson still with quite a few car lap lead. Ryan Wender's now looking to the inside. Getting his bumper up on that rear quarter panel. Ryan sets his car up into 3 and 4 to get into that second place position. A little bit of contact in a 1 and 2. They're still staying straight. Number 6 now to the inside of Tim Pollard. 42 halfway through the 8-lap fast dash. Still out on his own. 00 now has the inside of the lap. 6 a little loose out of 1 and 2. Tim Pollard back to the outside. Tim Pollard going back into the 3rd position. 00 is still making up ground behind Bodie Johnson. 2 laps to go. 00 putting his nose into his rear quarter panel as he leaves 2. Ryan Wender now setting up into 3 and 4. Here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. White flag flies for the 00. The cars squeal around 1 and 2. Everybody kind of thinning themselves out. 00 now has the whole track to himself. Coming into the checkered flag. And your fast dash winner in the 00, Ryan Wender. Coming up next are your super stock heat races. Looked like a little bottleneck there in the pits as the cars were all moving around, getting ready for the next heat races.